Terminator, Dark Fate. Been a lot of mixed reviews about this. I've heard people talk about it. People who have seen it early, some of my friends and other people. And a lot of people didn't really like this movie. I thought it was okay. I thought it was a throwback to when action movies, action / sci-fi movies didn't really have to have a lot of fact. It was just stuff happening and things were happening, man. So this movie brought us back to that. Unfortunately, with this particular movie, there's a franchise, there's a mythos, there's a path that leads from A to Z that people have been trying to follow. And this movie series goes in multiple directions. Terminator was sent back to kill Sarah Connor because she would birth John. Makes sense. That's the beginning of the first movie. Then later they're like, well, we got John and now he's a robot too, man. And it spun off in another direction. Then it was like, well, we're going to show stuff from how everything got started with Skynet. And that went in another direction because it seemed like Skynet had a body now and was going to come back. And that never happened. Then this movie happened. And they were just like, you know what, skip everything except the fact that there's a Terminator that was here from the 80s that's still here. So the Terminator, Schwarzenegger, is still here, right? How? Because if Linda Hamilton, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mackenzie Davis, and Natalia Reyes are the stars of this movie. And Gabriel Luna. I was looking at the dude. I was like, where's that dude? I know that dude. Where's that dude from? He was Ghost Rider in the Shield TV show. Anyway, if they stopped everything from happening, right? So there is no Terminator future. They stopped it from happening, right? Linda Hamilton stopped it. How is Schwarzenegger still here? Because he exists in a future, or he exists in a past where he came from a future that no longer exists. So where'd he come from then, if it doesn't exist anymore? That's like saying I got money and a sock, and you set the sock on fire, burns up all of the paper money, and then you say, well, I went in the sock after the fire and I got the money. It doesn't exist anymore. You can't go there and get it. So if the future where the Terminator came from doesn't exist anymore, then where did it come from? Man, I wondered about that. Also, there's a thing in the movie where they say, look, there's an EMP that the robots used on the humans and they wiped out all of our technology. Okay, aren't the robots using that same technology to survive? And if an EMP was big enough to destroy all of everything on the planet, it hit everything at once, where were the robots at? Did they go in space for a little while and then come back later? After the effects of the EMP where were they at? Because if it affected everything on Earth, then the robots should have been like, and just fell out because it would have affected them too. And here's my third what the moment. There's a thing the hero comes from the future, just like most of the other movies. Comes from the future, comes to the past to protect a person. That person tells them, look, I've got a weapon with me that will kill the Terminator. And these Terminators are, not the T-800s, but these are the Rev 9s. Says, I can kill the Rev 9 with this weapon that I brought with me from the future. Now, my thought is, if I made a weapon that could kill Terminators, and Terminators were trying to wipe out all of mankind, why wouldn't I make enough like bullets or guns or whatever and just give one to everybody and be like, yeah, use this, dog. This will get rid of them. This movie, you can't go into this movie as a competent intellectual because it will make you rack your brain, man. But if you go into this movie like you did in the 80s to see the Terminator, and he's just dun 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 dun, and he's just shooting people, and you're not thinking to yourself, how come while he's walking down the street shooting people, ain't no cops show up? And then you realize, oh yeah, that's right, he went to the police station, and coincidentally, everybody was working this one shift, this one night. All of the police were in the building. There weren't no other police nowhere else, and he killed everybody. That's why there was no other police officers. If you suspend belief when you watch this movie, you'll enjoy yourself, man. But if you go in there and you're looking at it and you're like, well, that don't make no sense. Things will domino effect, and none of it will make any sense. It's a movie, man. Just let it go. Let it go. They ought to use that for a movie theme song. Let it go. So the movie is about pretty much what the other ones are about. There's the Terminator sent to the past, our time, to kill a person who is going to turn the war with the computers and the robots in the future. So like, go get this person and kill this person. They sent a devastating robot into the past. And then the good guys, the humans, send a warrior to go back and fight the robot. Unbeknownst to them, Sarah Connor is there, and she's been killing Terminators for a while because apparently Cyberdyne has been sending robots every couple of years to try to kill people. And she's been just knocking them off. Just killing them. Killing Terminators. That can't be easy. They're called Terminators by God. And she joins these other people to fight the new Terminator. It's a fairly simple plot, and I dug it. But again, if you don't suspend belief and you start asking questions about the movies, you're going to spend the whole time punching holes through everything, man. Everything. I have a question about this one woman in the movie. She only speaks once, but she's a pivotal part of the movie. When you see it, you'll know who I'm talking about. There's something that she's doing in the movie that makes me say, like Linda Hamilton said, they couldn't tell that you weighed 400 pounds? How was this woman doing this certain thing, being with this person for 25 years and never, you never knew anything about this person. You didn't ask no questions. Maybe you didn't touch this person's hand. Y'all didn't hug. He never gave you a hug or a kiss. You never watched him take a bath and he got wet. I'm thinking there's a lot of things that make me go, But anyway, like I said, if you suspend belief and you watch the movie, the new Terminator is kind of cool. He's a 2-in-1. But if you suspend belief and you watch this movie, it is enjoyable. If you look at the movie the way today, in the 80s, we didn't look at them like that. Today, if you look at the movie today, the way we do today, you're going to be like, doesn't make any sense. But just go in there, suspend belief, and just watch Arnold Schwarzenegger be Arnold Schwarzenegger. Watch Linda Hamilton be Sarah Connor and shoot stuff and blow things up. Look for the catchphrases. I won't be back, and I'll be back, and so forth and so on. See what kind of stuff you can find, and you'll enjoy the movie. In all honesty, I think if you do that, I would rank this as maybe the second best in the series. But if you go into it with today's mindset and you pick it apart, it's kind of garbage. But I went in with an open mind, and I think you should too. But I would give this movie, because I did kind of poke holes in it, 7 bags of popcorn. Man, 7 bags of popcorn. If I would have seen it in like 96, it'd probably been like a 9, because I'd have been like screaming at the... But that's what I think. More importantly, what do you think? Have you seen the movie yet? What's your favorite Terminator movie? What's your favorite Terminator moment? Let's talk about it in the comments. And as always, if you like the video, if you like the content, subscribe. And then like.